touched on a lot of this with the event management and saying no, managing your expectations. If I get up thinking there's 300 things that I'm going to do today, and I write that on my to-do list because, God damn it, I'm going to do it, and there's only time to do 20 of them, then shame on me, right? So managing your expectations of yourself and figuring out what you can do reasonably within a allotted period of time is just kind of basic math. But I am alarmed at how many people I engage in and encounter every single day that have these to-do lists that are like, hear ye, right? And the scroll just goes, and you look at that and say, no wonder you're freaking stressed out. If I had 72 items on my to-do list, I wouldn't sleep either. What are you doing? So we just start taking them and picking them apart and say, okay, these three you can do today, right? To-do lists, a daily to-do list is the way it's designed is this is what I'm going to do today. So when you break that contract with yourself, you suck. And the more you prove to yourself that you suck, the less self-worth you have, the less confidence you have that you can do something right the next day. So managing expectations of what you can do within a allotted period of time is really basic stuff. But man, do I run into people who don't get that. Okay, so if you have people like that in your lives, it's really easy to just go sit down with them in their calendars, okay? I'm not saying that this is you guys. Just sit down with them in their calendars and say, okay, what are you planning to do today? And they'll be like, well, I got to do these, 6 things. And you're like, okay, well, this takes 15 minutes. This takes 23 minutes. You have 2 hours of work that you're stressed out about. When are you going to start, right? Or they have 95,000 things, and you say, okay, there's no way you're going to be able to, build an Eiffel Tower this week. What are you talking about? Right? So both ends. It's just we need to be clear about and realistic about how long things take. And sometimes it's even healthy to time ourselves. I don't know, oh God, I got to go to the grocery store. Well, how long does it take me to go to the grocery store usually? Oh, well, you know what? It's actually 45 minutes. I've allotted half a morning to go to the grocery store. It takes 45 minutes. What else am I going to do? The answer to that could be, I'm going to kick back in my hammock, smoke a cigar, and enjoy looking at the clouds. That's a perfectly good answer. Enjoy it. But don't spend the whole morning stressing about a 45-minute task. That's my point, right? Time management is event management, okay? And then we set up the priorities in our life, right? My wife gets priority. I married her, right? So it's like if I'm on the phone with my buddies and my wife comes home from work and she's like ready to say hi and hang out with her husband, I go, dude, I gotta go. I hang out with my wife now, right? She's priority, right? My good friends get priority over my acquaintances. You set that up. You only have a certain amount of time. If you don't value your time, no one's going to value your time. So you have to set up your time so that you can get what you need out of your day, which includes a gong, which is dedicated acts of self-love, right? So if you can't find time for your gong, you are a slave to your world, right? So you make a gong that's realistic, and then you make time for it because, damn it, what about me? What about my needs, right? And I promise you that if you start taking care of your needs, you will have such a nice ride in life. The anxiety goes away. The stress goes away. It becomes more smooth sailing because the phone rings and someone says, hey, listen, you know what? We got 2 tickets to this show. We'd really like to take you guys. And, can you be ready by 6? My reaction to that is really going to be predicated on, even if I had the time, whether or not I've had enough me time. Right? Oh, dude, I am so tired. I was planning on just chilling out and kicking my feet up on the couch and doing nothing, or reading that book I've been meaning to read, or hanging out with my dog, or doing this and that and the other, right? Yeah, sure, we'll go. That sounds great. And then you go, and everyone goes, what's the matter? You seem tired. Right? Because you were supposed to be on your couch, because you didn't give yourself that time. So if you give yourself that time every single day and you put in those dedicated acts of self-love, then when someone says, hey, we got 2 tickets to the show, you're like, yeah, I've done my gong, let's go. Right? I've put in my time. I've filled up the Pedram tank. He's good. Right? And so these are just kind of common sense things that I find most people falter on.